This time on Bulletproof Tactical, we're going to take a look at a Vickers Tactical Glock 19. This is actually, as I said, the Vickers Tactical Edition. It's a Generation 3. There's a couple of differences between a regular Glock 19 and the Vickers Tactical Edition. So I just picked this one up. We're going to go ahead and go through the differences. So continue watching. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with today's review. The Vickers Tactical Edition Glock 19, you guys can see. Let's do a safety check on the firearm. You guys can see, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mags. So let's go ahead and get started. So just quick note, I did pick this gun up used from an auction. These were discontinued a while back. According to the condition and the firearm, I'm guessing this one's probably 8 years old. I say that because of the fiber optic front sight. Vickers Tactical is now making them with tritium. Obviously the fiber optic sights are a bit outdated right now. So it does come with 3 magazines. Unfortunately, I only got 2 and only one with a Vickers Tactical base plate. So it was missing a couple of accessories, but then again, it's an old firearm and you know, it's hard to get one in mint condition. So let's go ahead and take a close-up look at this firearm, go through the differences in a minute. You guys can see, the first thing you guys are going to notice, this is an actual gray polymer frame. It's an actual Glock frame. You guys can see there, produced by Glock. This is what they call the RTF2 frame, which stands for rough textured frame. They say it's rough texture because you guys can see, I don't know if the camera picks up, but you guys can see it's basically little pebbles, kind of like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's kind of like a sandpaper texture to it, really sticky. I know a lot of people complain about the RTF2 frames. They're actually no longer making them. In my opinion, it's one of the coolest frames Glock has ever developed, and I'm personally a fan of the Gen 3s over any other generation, but that's just my opinion. Let's go ahead and check it out. You guys can see Vickers Tactical basically pimps these firearms out. You guys can see the base plate is different. It's a Vickers Tactical base plate, a little wider, and they added these finger grooves so you can basically rip out the magazines like that. That's kind of the reason why they put these finger grooves right here. And also you guys can see the magazine release has been slightly extended and rounded off. You guys know the Generation 3 Glocks come with a really small magazine release and also really sharp corners. So this one is really comfortable, superior than I would say the factory Glock mag release. Also, they change out what is the slide lock. This is not the one that Vickers Tactical includes, but they do add an extended one. The front sights, you guys can see front and rear sights, they swap them out to metal sights. You guys can see the rear extend all the way to the back of the frame, and we have actually a little U-notch right here instead of the regular squared plastic Glock sight. We do get, once again, a green fiber optic sight, which to this day still looks pretty nice. You get easy focus, easy to put it on target. But unfortunately, with today's standards, this is kind of an outdated front sight. Everyone's switching over to tritium. And we also get extended takedown lever. They're also a tool that they include with these RTF frames that goes inside this empty space right here. It's basically a takedown tool. Unfortunately, this one did not come with it either. but I added this factory Glock lanyard loop plug. So let's go ahead and take a look at the frame once again. I really like the texture, really sticky. I'll be honest, this is so far my favorite frame for a Glock. Just gives me confidence. I always had a problem with Gen 3s. It's my favorite type of Glock, but it's my favorite generation, but they were never too sticky, and I'm not a big fan of stippling frames. So I think this is pretty much like a factory stippling that Glock came up with. I just absolutely love it. You guys can see the finger grooves. Also in between we get that nice texture, so really cool. Right here in front of the trigger guard, also slightly different than regular Gen 3. In my opinion, just a really nice looking Glock. I love the fact that the frame is gray. They also came out with this model in a black frame and a brown frame, but the hardest ones to find are actually the gray frames. And you guys might be asking how much I paid for. I've actually read some comments in other videos and even posts where people are wondering how collectible these are and how much they're going for. So if you're looking for an investment Glock, you know, Glocks are never really rare firearms because they're mass produced, but I paid a total of $800 for this Glock, and you guys can see, you know, it was slightly used. It wasn't in mint condition, but that's what I was able to get it for at an auction, and I've seen even auctions go for up to $1,000 on these Glocks. I've been hunting one down for a while, and you know, just the fact is that they're just not too common. So that's what, you know, whenever they do pop up, people are pretty much anxious to bid on them. So is it an investment? I wouldn't say it is. You know, they're still not crazy rare, but nevertheless really good looking Glock if you're a Glock fan. So let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear your comments. Also, something I wanted to address is I've read a lot of comments of people complaining about this frame just rubbing against their skin when they're concealed carrying the firearm. And I did the test myself. I've been concealed carrying this firearm for, I would say, maybe 2 weeks already. I always carry inside of the waistband, and it does rub my skin. The first day was really noticeable because I'm used to carrying a Glock 19, but not a rough textured frame. So I did notice the difference the first day, but nothing crazy, to be quite honest. Nothing, it's not a deal breaker for me. As a matter of fact, I actually like to feel the firearm. It gives me more confidence. You know, if you're sweating, if you're bleeding, if it's raining, I just feel like this gives me the confidence that I'm going to be able to run around, duck, do whatever I have to do, and have a good grip on the firearm. I've also heard and read comments of people complaining that this frame can eventually wear out your clothes and make holes in it. I think that's exaggerated. You know, I've once again carried this for the last 2 weeks, and I don't think it would actually put holes in your clothes. I think if anything, the texture will start fading away slowly, and that's what I got to say. We're not going to take this firearm down to the range. You know, you guys see me shoot Glocks all the time. Just wanted to address a couple of cool features about this firearm. You know, it's pretty much a regular old Glock, just a different colored frame, different type of texture, and a couple of accessories that make it just a bit easier to operate. And in my opinion, really cool firearm. So I would love to hear your comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.